Hello, good afternoon, happy Saturday, and all that jazz. Hope everyone is doing well. I am, I think. I've spent a lot of time painting Fulgrim yesterday, or working on his wings anyway, because it wasn't going fast enough for me, and I just wanted to spend some time on the wings. So I did, which was quite nice. It went all right. So yeah, we're going to continue that today. I shall show. At this point, see if I can get. This light is really good, but it's too good. Oh, closed captioner is sending me a reminder to turn it on. Thank you, closed captioner. I had to paint the. I repainted the wings completely. I had them purple initially, and I was like, "This is too much purple. I don't like it." So I spent some time repainting the wings. They're now blue, obviously, which I think goes well with the overall purple scheme. I'm obviously going to. This is the base color for the spiny things that will get blended in. I will do some glazing on top of the veins as well, because obviously they're way too pink at the moment. I want to blend those in with the wings a bit more, but I have to be really, really careful because I don't want it to turn into like blobby central. Hi Gramps, how are you? And I need to completely redo the skin tones because I completely painted over everything. So yeah, so we're looking at blue now. Both of them are blue. They have some creases, they have some veins and everything. I spent quite a lot of time yesterday. But it was fun. It was nice. I had a good time with it. I just need to work out how best to glaze these veins because I don't want them to be. I think I'll probably have to use just the blue that I used for the recesses. Fluent Code, how are you? Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. Considering it was all purple initially, like pinks and purples, I felt it was just too much. Why? Every time my palette is too wet, and I'd specifically dried it off before I started, so it's annoying that my paint, the moment I put a drop on, goes, ooh, spiderwebs. But yeah, I spent quite a lot of time trying to resolve the fact that they were. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. It was just. It was all pinks and purples, and pinks and purples are great, but the rest of the snake is also pink and purple. So I was like, can we just maybe just, because I'm going to do the scales, these underscales, like the belly scales. I'm going to do those in similar color palette as the wings. I figured that way it would tie it all together. But it was, yeah, I was just a little bit. I was looking at it yesterday. Was it yesterday? And I was just not liking it. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna redo it while I still can. What have I done to this brush? Nothing good. You're working on a couple of dragons. Xenomon's Asian dragon, bright as hell. Nice. I love Asian dragon aesthetics. They are so good and so pretty. Work in progress. Whip, whip, whip. Oh, sick. That's like Shenlong from Dragon Ball. Isn't he yellow, green, and red? That other dragon is insane as well. Oh my god. I don't have... I forgot my phone in the house, so I've currently... the only way to... let me see if I... Shenlong... Dragon Ball character. Oh no, Shenlong is just red and yellow. Ignore me. Full of shite. But yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able to fix this. To make it look the way I had in mind when I painted it. The only trouble is that glazing is going to take me 6 years with all these veins, but... I think if I do too much, it takes away from the veins themselves, so... For practice, she keeps finding things on Temu. Both run at 10 quid with postage. Damn. That's really good going. And big models like that, a lot of surface area to practice on, so that's always nice. Different textures. I saw a bit more cleanup than normal, but they're not bad. Oh, nice. I was sat here painting yesterday, and I was like, I should, rather than rewatch another TV show that I've already seen a bunch of times, or another feel-good shitty movie, I should just listen to one of my audiobooks. So I have turned on an audiobook. Morning Dagamad, how are you today? And I listened to an entire audiobook yesterday. Just from painting and during the cleaning, the house cleaning and stuff. Oh, it wasn't really cleaning, it was more tidying, but still. Taking a dog for a walk. Whole audiobook. So naturally I'm now reading book 2. Or listening to book 2 of the series. Not at the moment, obviously. I can sort of multitask, but not that well. How are you, Dagamad? You alright? Making breakfast, she gave the owner of the gym his unexpected gift of oh, nice! What did he say? Did he like it? You're listening to the Rift War saga? Nice! I'm pretty sure I've also read that. Many years ago, though. For me, it was The Rivers of London by Ben Aronovich. He was thrilled. Awesome. I had read the actual book before and then a couple of the follow-ups as well. But it's a long time ago, and I was like, I want something that I know is going to be good, that isn't going to be smut for a change. And good enough that I know it's going to be good, but not so good that I feel like I have to really focus or be super zoned in, because that is a problem when I'm, you know, I can multitask, but I can't. I'm not a miracle worker, if that makes sense. Zooming out slightly because it's a bit too close up. Is he going to put it up, you think, Diggermad? Has he said he would hang it somewhere, or what camera do I use? I have a Sony Handycam 16.6 megapixel 4K, some sort of held hand video camera thing. It's basically on permanent loan from my father-in-law. He wasn't really using it, and we were looking at options for me to have something slightly better than using my phone as a camera, because it was wobbly, and we just figured like a DSLR wouldn't quite. Yeah, it would be very expensive, and he was like, "Oh, well, I've got this camera you can use as long as you like use it and not use it." So that's what I'm using at the moment. I was immediately looking to tie it into some existing art. Oh, that's awesome! It's very clear. Yeah, it's a very expensive camera. I'm very grateful for the use of it, because it makes streaming a lot easier and not having to worry too much about the video quality. Just need to make sure that I'm obviously centered and everything, and it does a pretty good job of auto-focusing, so I don't have to worry too much about that either. So I know that can be from sometimes watching videos, say for example Mediocre Hobbies, he sometimes uploads stuff on YouTube and it will be focusing on his fingers rather than on the model that he's painting. And that's all to do with just camera focus points and stuff, and I'm quite glad that I don't have to worry about that. It's not perfect. Sometimes it decides that it's that my background is more important to focus on because the contrast on that is higher. So I also always need to make sure that I when I paint or when I'm filming, that I don't have anything in the background that is interesting for the camera to focus on. But yeah, I'm very happy with it. It's been an absolute godsend. Which is saying something, considering I'm basically an atheist, so... Don't knock over my drink, that'd be bad form. What's everyone up to this weekend? Everybody good? No dramas or anything, I hope. Hi Gary, all right? Thank you. I'm having a good time with it, to be honest. It's nowhere near done, and I've got quite a lot to go still, but I'm at the moment feeling optimistic about the whole thing. Even if it's going to take probably a year to complete. Yeah, it's like the light doesn't look with the light here. It doesn't really bring out the exact colors. I'm trying to see if I can put if I put my full brightness color on there, brightness light. That's closer to what I'm looking at. But that if I have that on all day, it's gonna. I did. I changed it blue. Yeah, I thought it was going to be way too much purple, and I just it was too much. So I spent best part of the day yesterday repainting them, and they're not perfect, but I much prefer them this way. So I'm happy with how it's come out. I feel like it's not quite as... The original was almost girly pop kind of colours, and as much as I appreciate that kind of style, it wasn't what I was going for. I much prefer much prefer it like this, and obviously it's not done yet, so I might regret it later, but I think this will be it. But yeah, it took a good few hours yesterday, me working out how to do it, because initially I was sitting here with, because it already fully painted it purple, I was like, oh, maybe if I like lightly glaze it, or like really thin layer paint over it, and I just couldn't get it to blend properly. I just couldn't get it to blend properly, and I just wasn't really feeling very happy with it. So I thought, oh, maybe if I sponge it instead of brush, that might be the option. So I spent a couple of hours trying to sponge, because the thing is, once you do one side, you have to do the other, and all the other two as well, and I didn't want to have one done to a standard that I really liked and then having to replicate that 3 times. So it was a bit of a And in the end, I just airbrushed, re-airbrushed, and then painted the spines back in, then added creases and stuff. At the moment, because I don't want the spines or the veins to be too prominent. Does blue change my body choices? No, because I had already, like, I like this to be purple, and my plan was to do the belly scales in a similar way to a similar color scheme to this. So I think that will tie in nicely. I do like how I feel like they sort of complement each other. And I don't think the blue will detract from the gold either. It just makes it less in your face pink. it just felt really, really pink. And yeah, that wasn't really what I was going for. So yeah. It was annoying because I spent quite a lot of time on my last stream trying to get the skin tones and everything on the arms right. But I figured I'd rather fix it now while it's still fixable than end up later down the line hating it. So yeah, here we are. Yeah, that's it. I can always repaint, and I feel like this is probably the version I'm going to stick with. Hopefully. Don't particularly fancy repainting them again, because I'll probably have to strip them if I do that, and I don't particularly want to do that. But yeah, as it stands, I'm quite happy with the results. I'll need to get the skin tone up again. But yeah, I'm pleased with how it looks, and I think it will turn out okay if I keep going down this direction. Really thin. It's not really a glaze, but slightly thicker than a glaze, but only just. More of like a wash, I guess. Because I want them to stand out, but I don't want them to stand out, if that makes sense. I'll still keep finding areas where I've slightly gone over, so I'll need to more paint. But yeah, I feel happy about how he's looking at the moment, and I'm hoping that it will stay like that. I feel like this is the official position of the wing. Doesn't look this position doesn't look as good as this position, I feel, because this is way more natural. Yes, Egg Boy. The lighting is because the wing, the light falls on it like that. I feel like this is the correct positioning and it looks more natural. So yeah, here we are. How's it going, White Wolf? You alright? Is it tomorrow that you're streaming with surprise appearance, guest appearance. Yes, tomorrow. Awesome. I'll try and catch some of it. It's tomorrow's a bit of a strange day for us. Got, like appointments and stuff to get to, but I will still try and check in. You need to paint the other side of your sword blade. It's that's quite a process, isn't it? The 2 hours you said that you spent on the one side? It looks crazy, crazy good. The program's a silver and the glazing took about 5 minutes. Oh, okay. Nearly. It's like, oh, I've done this one wing. On to the next. It has 2 sides. Difference is crazy, though. Okay, that's well worth doing. Funny, I wasn't really sure how much of it you would see or how visible it was until you look at the other side and think, oh damn, big difference. These two next to each other. Yeah, that's huge. Huge. The backs of the wings and then saw, and I was like, phew, and he saw, yeah, exactly. It's anything with wings, really. The first wing, you're like, oh, that wasn't too bad. Or the first side of the first wing. And then you go do the other wing. You think, oh, that's not too bad. That went alright. And then you go, oh, fuck. It's, yeah, it's always a surprise. Yep. It's like, brought that shit on yourself, mate. To be fair, I also like the winged things. Sometimes your painting has a handedness. Yeah, that's also true. It certain angles are easier to get to than others. It's funny because I see sometimes I look at these really, really good painters and they will show their palette afterwards. And bonk, I paint it, you'll right. And hydrate, thank you. And a stretch. That's a good stretch. You want to train your left hand? Why? Just in case your right hand falls off.
I'm not a shrink.
I mean, it's fair. Like, there's a lot to be gained from being able to paint with both hands, I guess. Your palette usually looks like a unicorn in a rainbow fart. Yeah, so I'm trying to keep things contained, but I've thrown away my palette from yesterday. Bear with, I'll pull it out of the bin because it's quite funny. I forgot that we'd emptied the bin. It's actually empty. So no, I can't show you the palette. But basically, it had about 4 colours on it, all differently mixed. And at the moment, I have 1 colour on my palette, and it's already like creeping all over. It's just why? Like Gary said, sometimes handedness comes into play. Yeah, it's true. You trained your left handle for detailed movement for a good reason. If you had a sliotar in your right hand, someone else take. Yeah. Splinter. Yeah. I think angles are. Ooh, look at work in progress. Ben, hi, how are you? You finished a mini for the first time in months. Amazing. Yes, paint it. Look at those colors. Hell yeah. That's awesome. You can be really proud of that. That's really cool. Oh, and in general? Oh. I didn't realize that Magyar Hirsch did pizzas for festivals. That's really cool. You can write with both hands. I can't do that. No, I'm not very good with my left, I have to admit. I'm not terrible, but I'm definitely not able to do detailed work or anything like that with my left. Can barely do detailed work with my right, obviously. But yeah, I agree. Sometimes it pays to be able to do things with your other hand because the angle's just better. I feel like for me, I would prefer to teach myself how to deal with problematic angles more than I would want to teach myself how to use my other hand. If that makes sense. You're right hand dominant, but you can use your left to push. Comes from learning to type on 2 PCs. Yeah. Yeah, I see how that would develop. My right hand has always been a bit of a... I mean, I'm right-handed, obviously. But it's always been a bit of a problem child, if that... It's... I have a condition called campodactyly. And it basically means that in this case, my right pinky finger, the tendons in it are too short. So as a kid, they tried to fix it with like braces and stuff and stretch it out at night. But the doctors I had just weren't very clever with it. They gave me braces that didn't really work. So my right pinky finger doesn't stretch properly. Good painter, yeah. It's like it doesn't. This tendon here is too short, and if I'm honest, like all of the tendons in my right hand are a bit short. Like I can't do push-ups, for example, without. My left hand is slightly better, but my right hand, my fingers sort of just, yeah, they go like that. But at the moment I can't stretch any more than that. You can see this one doesn't really want to. My cousin actually has it on both pinkies on her right hand, or on her hands. So yeah, it's a bit robot hand. Yeah, it's mutant freak hand. I think if I'd been born in the Middle Ages, I'd probably be burned as a witch or something like that. Because clearly it's not supposed to be like that. Not helped by the fact that I spend so much time holding a mouse. The flesh is weak. So I never really have a... I never really stretch it out or anything like that. Which I probably should do. Give me my cybernetics, yeah. I don't know, man. I'd be reluctant to have my right hand replaced. Even if robotics go or get really, really good. It's a bit of a risk when you enjoy painting as much as I do to potentially lose that. Obviously I could change and go left-handed. Full synthetic body. Yeah, why the heck not? Cybernetic brain and body, please. Yeah, we just keep the soul intact, everything else just... yeah. Give me computer parts. You'd have cybernetic eyes. Auto zoom while painting. Oh, yes. That'd be nice. I think I would like, if they did something like that, I wouldn't mind, like you say, robot eyes, but I'd love to be able to see if they can implement things like ultraviolet. I'd love to be able to see other colors as well, like birds. That feels really cool. Plug another dreadnought rated artillery cannon in my brain. Why the heck not? Get Simon, I think you might as well turn yourself into a robot paint booth and paint stuff overnight in your sleep. Just plug in the cord. Yeah, I feel like that would take some of the enjoyment away. It's like wake up in the morning and go, oh hell yeah! Look at what I finished overnight. But yeah, ultraviolet light, perception, sounds pretty cool. Being able to see what all the fuss is about for all these birds who are apparently really cool looking in UV, but quite plain looking under with normal eyes, or I say normal eyes, human eyes. Would we have any other augmentations when our robot overlords eventually turn us all into cyber boys and girls? This crowd, not terms of service, but yes. Not sure I follow. Duh. I feel like that goes without saying, to be honest. Like... have a little hand pump or something of your like do like your Spider-Man movement where you can just like and you pump up whatever you want bigger. Or have like a vibratey bit built in or something. Turn to Slaanesh in a fortnight. I feel like you have too much faith in us. I think it wouldn't take 14 days. I think it would go way quicker. Waiting for shipping. Yeah, okay, fair enough. What about Amazon Prime overnight shipping? Sally Slaanesh. It's funny how I try and keep myself polite and stuff, and the intrusive thoughts always win. It was possibly the scariest thing about moving to England as well. Am I gaining confidence with the airbrush? Yes. Yes, I had a much more comfortable session with it yesterday. Felt way better about it, and because I'd sponged all the values in with a sponge, surprise, and didn't like the transitions. So like, you know what? I'll just use some contrast paint through the airbrush, and it did the job. So yeah, I it's kind of silly, really, considering like I have an airbrush here and I'm sitting here with freaking sponges trying to do like cool transitions and Mr. Red, how are you? But yeah, it was quite nice. Doing good? Yeah, not too bad, thanks. I'm quite happy with how Fulgrim's wings are coming along, which is nice. And yours on the desk not even plugged the damn in. Oh, what have you done? Comfortable session with it yesterday. Felt way better about it, and because I'd sponged all the values in with a sponge. Oh, surprise! Surprise! Hey, it was funny. Sponge, 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 sponge. I didn't think I said sponge in a funny way. There's this fireman turned gardener that I follow on Instagram because he makes this really, really wholesome gardening content. But I'm not really not sure where he's from. But he can't pronounce bulbs. He can't say it. Not in a way that people don't take the piss anyway. He says it sounds like boobs every time he says it. And just you try and plant your boobs, plant them early. Plant your boobs. Gardening with Johnny, highly recommend. It is wholesome as all heck. And really funny. He always takes the piss out of these accounts of really buff men doing all kinds of sordid things to food when they're cooking. So yeah, it's quite funny when he tries to replicate those things with his gardening. 4 R11 delves on 2 turns. BM's getting I still need to do last week's Spark stuff. It's not a good look, to be honest. We should be able to do a second craft, and I haven't even got a Spark for it, so yeah. I think, but why is this flow? I thought you really enjoyed playing World of Warcraft. Like, yes, actually I do, but delves aren't any fun for me when I'm on my shaman. And I was playing Diablo 3 instead. So why would you play a dead game? Because it's chill. Even if it's not chill, it's chill. Just brain dead. Don't worry. Number go brr. Yes, but why aren't you playing Diablo 4? Because it's not the same. It is not the same. Diablo 2 was the last good one. I never played D2. I mean, I can still fight you if you'd like me to fight you, but I won't. It won't be over D2. Theory is Dark Rangers rocketing to the top of the ST. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm not sure we can be friends. D2 had an amazing story. Oh, I know. But the thing is, I wasn't really a gamer until I started playing World of Warcraft. Before that, I only played Nintendo 64. I played World of Warcraft since Burning Crusade. Not sure what year that is. And I haven't really deviated. Basically, I'm a shit gamer. Just stuck in two games. Then wings look OP. Thank you. They're getting there. At the moment, they are very much a work in progress, but that's okay. Because I am having a good time with them, so that's something. Burning Crusade 07, that makes sense, yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. I haven't really, yeah, I haven't really played any other games for... Whew. I want to say, well, not until like the last 10 years or so. I mean, I did play the occasional like single player game, but I haven't played any other Blizzard games. I played a bit of Heroes when that was a thing. Tiny bit of Hearthstone, but Hearthstone is too card gamey for me. Surprise again. But yeah, I just go through phases. There's a couple of games on Steam that I've played. I've played most of the Borderlands games together with Nick. I always try to get into these, like, I'm not sure what they're called, like the games where you have to build like a society kind of thing, and then like, well, if I build a medic here, they'll be able to do that. These people are gatherers. Don't really know what those type of games are called, but yeah, I'm just really shit at them. I always turn out killing all my people. You're on a Total War kick at the minute. Nice. It's not quite a city builder. It's oh god, I'm trying to remember what the game is called that I'm referencing. It's basically on the back of a turtle, or not on a turtle, a walking like dinosaur-like thing, and you can build your little city up, or your society on there. I guess it's a city builder, but yeah, people always die. I just have never been able to. I think you're making it up. I promise I'm not. Oh god, I don't think I have Steam installed on here. It's a walking, like, very large animal, and you have to sort of navigate it through the land, because the animal, like, needs to drink, needs to eat and stuff. And in the meantime, your people on the back of this animal, they're building houses, and if you like break rocks too often or too hard, you lose trust with the animal because it hurts his back. Cool game. I was trying to remember what it's called. I hate that I can't remember. My memory really is crap for these kind of things. Or I suppose just in general, really. But for these kind of things especially, I just do not remember names of games or books. Yes, I think it might be. Yeah, I think The Wandering Village. Yeah, that sounds about right. Google saves the day. Brilliant. I can hear movement in the garage. George can also hear movement in the garage. I'm wondering if Nivian is going to come paint. Hello? He is, yay. Paint friend. Yeah, but very cool game, and I really like the graphics on it, but I'm just super shit at it, and my villagers always die. They always either starve or they all get poisoned. How dare. I don't know what you did. What did you do?
I just reached over the camera to get the satin.
Oh, the varnish. Mm. Are you gonna make a matte varnish? Nice. Yeah, and I've got a couple of survival games in my Steam library as well. Because I always think, oh, that sounds like something I would like, and then my food goes like I get hungry when I'm out in the wilderness, and it stresses me out. So it's not really. Not really my thing as much as I want it to be. I played Capybara Spa. That was very, very chill. And I played... There's one game that I nearly 100%ed and almost got all the achievements.
Terranil or whatever.
Thank you, Terranil. Nick walks in and he's like, oh, Terranil? I was like, yes. Yes, Terranil. That was very cool. I really liked Terranil. That was super nice. Highly recommend if you like that kind of stuff. Also, if you don't like that kind of stuff, just give it a go, because it's really cool. Almost did it again. It's like, oh, cool. Second wing done. Nope. There is another side. I should play Terranil again. I think it would be a good Steam Deck game as well. I sometimes wonder if I would be playing more games if I had more time. I think so. I think I would. I think I would. Such a cool medium. You might have to forgo painting today. Why? Did you paint too much yesterday? Are your eyes giving you trouble? Ah, the urge to total war. Yeah, why not? You've painted so much in the last couple of days or weeks. Like, I feel like every day I look on your Discord, you have something else painted. I don't know how you do it. With a child as well. And a partner, and I only have a dog, and I feel like I don't have time. That said, I do waste a lot of my time faffing about on my phone or reading a book or whatever. Yeah, maybe if you wouldn't read so many books, you'd finally get some models done. Okay, first of all, don't. Two hours a day, your daughter is very independent. If you're home, chances are your wife is... Nice. Yeah, 2 hours a day is quite a lot. So I do my Wednesday, which is usually like 2.5, 3 hours. Yeah. And then Saturday, usually 2 till 4:30-ish. Yesterday I spent a lot of time painting as well. It was probably about 2 till 5 and then 8 till midnight. I'm going to have to struggle to... Herwonkus. Herwonkus? Thank you so much for the raid. How are you? How was your stream? Thank you for the raid. That is crazy. Thank you. Oh, obviously. Hereticus. Cool. I don't really know why I couldn't read that. Thank you and welcome, welcome. Can someone do a shout out, please? That would be huge. You had fun painting World Eaters. Awesome. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. I might do my shout out myself. Yes. Thank you. Much appreciated. I am currently working on Fulgrim, the Forgeworld version, and I completely repainted his wings yesterday because I had them. You were in their stream earlier. Good things going on. I need to go drop them a follow because that is awesome. Thank you. I'll have to have a look at the VOD at some point. But yeah, I've been working on repainting Fulgrim's wings. I'm doing the Forgeworld version of Fulgrim at the moment. It's slow going. I'm doing him for an like an in-house competition thing, like what we're doing in December with our friends. So far, I've done the skin tone, and I had already done the skin on the wings, on the shoulders, and then I realized I didn't like the wings the way I'd painted them, so they went from purple and now they're blue. Which is, yeah, very different, but I'm very happy I did it. Lytra, hi, how are you? Thank you. This man is the most incompetent Asian you've ever seen. Who is this? Hereticus? He's broken the Asian stereotype, oh no. What? Why? What have you done? Has he planted himself in with Asian women in the stereotypes where they can't drive? First time raiding someone, you've done it. You've done it. And you've raided me, which is huge. I raided on Twitch, I did a good deed, and we're all on YouTube chat being like, can you give us the name of the channel you raided? That's funny. I don't actually stream on YouTube. I feel like I maybe should. But it also feels like scary, like having to monitor 2 chats and trying to. I'm bad enough with tech as it is. I will probably end up breaking both things. Randomly charging out is a world eater tradition. Absolutely. This. Like, here, I've done a thing. Yay! Goodbye. Do you have anything, do you have an Instagram or something that you want to post in the chat for us to have a look at? Or I don't, like I said, I'm very bad with tech, so I won't be like screen sharing or anything, but I'm happy for you, YouTube viewers are a shady bunch. Are you a YouTube viewer, the White Wolf? It's alright, you barely update your socials. That's fair enough. I keep forgetting to take pictures of my works in progress. And then when I do, or if I do, I forget to post them on socials because I'm silly like that. On occasion, yeah. When it's Andy, I guess. He usually does his big streams on YouTube. Yeah, he does. He's his Twitch streams always seem quite small in comparison. Like he'll have like 35 or 40 people watching. This took forever to update. What did? Welcome to the chat corn. I hope you are having a good day. Thank you for joining the raid. Right. Back to skin tones. At least those wings look like they need hours to do. I mean, honestly, you don't want to know. I had them purple first, to go with like the scales and stuff. And then I felt like it was too purple, too much, and didn't like it. So I decided to repaint them completely, like some weirdo. So I did. So I spent about yesterday from 2 till 5, and then from 8 till midnight repainting them. Because I'm a very slow painter. I really enjoy it, but it's a slow process when I do anything. So yeah, it's I'm glad I still have a couple of months before this needs to be finished. Because it's stressing me out. Well, it's alright. It's just me trying to work out what I wanted to do with it, because if you look at like, initially I was like, oh, well, purple, that will work with Fulgrim, because he's purple and gold normally and stuff. And I was like, the wings look alright, but not really. And then I looked at the booklet that came with the thing, and it's like, oh my god, it's like he's got like white wings with purple in it. I was like, do I want to do that? No, not really. So I thought, let's go this way instead. And yeah, I think I like it. Looking at this picture again, I'm like seeing like all the purple going through in like his skin here as well. And I'm wondering if I should be doing that with the blue, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm gonna leave it. He can be slightly less transfigured than he is on his on his picture. You have it easier since you have the corn red technical color to cheat with. Yeah, I don't have that, I think. I have a lot of paints, but I don't think I have that one. Oh, that's too big a jump. Never did a final judgment before sleeping a night over and changing the lighting, though. True, true. Yeah, I'd then done the purple a couple of weeks ago, I think. And while I liked how the purple itself looked, I just didn't really feel like it worked with the rest of the model. Felt like it looked like too much purple and just too much of everything. And I know that's a very lore accurate thing to have too much of everything, but yeah, too much of a good thing and all that. Yeah, blood for the bottle, but family friendly speak. I do have that. What are you painting that you're using a lot of the bob color? Bog, I guess. Bobg. I do know the Uhu Glue blood trick. I bought a double pack Uhu Glue the moment I found out, and I'm being mocked for my pronunciation of Uhu Glue every time I say it. So here, Uhu Glue. Angron. Yes, one of my friends is painting Angron at the moment for the same competition that I'm painting Fulgrim for. So it's yeah, we get lots of progress pictures, and it's German, so of course it sounds bad. Woohoo! Yeah, it's just I feel like I want to say Uhu Glue, but I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. It should be Uhu Glue or Uhu or whatever. So I'll just go with lightly mocking, and it'll be fine. Deciding what you want to do today. You have a whole day ahead of you, so you can do whatever you want. It's good the glue can be used that way, because it would be worthless otherwise. Yeah, it doesn't really stick, does it? It's not the stickiest of glues. I guess it works for sticking paper to paper. I don't know if it stains paper. I always found that with hobby glue when I was little and like sticking things together, you end up with these big blotches where the glue went on. Super busy week, you decided the only responsible thing you're going to do to get done is dishes. Nice. Does it not? Oh, perfect. Well, then that's the solution then, I guess. It can still stick paper. I've never tried it, to be fair. I've never used it for anything other than blood-related crafts. You have a local carnival you can go to. You can play some games, or you can weld something. You've just finished a big welding project, so you can either... Have you still got the other projects on the go, or are you free to start something new? Anyways, I should stop distracting. You're not distracting at all. You're chatting, and I like chat, so I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much, even, because it means that I don't have to talk to myself. So I found out not too long ago, or right, quite early on in my streaming fiddlesticks in my streaming journey, that I don't have an awful lot to say. Chit chat, blah blah. Yeah, that's it. Like, I'm not the most chatty because I just don't have a very exciting life to talk about. Some people just do a lot of stuff, and I really don't. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I like my calm life. But it makes for rather quiet chats. You still have the other projects. Okay, you keep moving off them because they're hard. Yeah. Well, it looks awesome. So, confidence boost hopefully gained. I couldn't do what you do with metal. Metal is hard, man. Literally and figuratively. For sure, which is why the welding is on the table today. Yeah? Good. Good. Little thingy bones. Actually, there are wing bones. Think with all the other stuff just because you're tired. Tired people make mistakes. True. What did you weld today, Fluent Code? Rear spring hanger on a Ford Fiesta. Oh, nice. Did it go okay? Or is it likely to come off? The brother you do is little more than tack welding and you will likely not be enough to hold the car together. No. Maybe not, but your welding is very aesthetically pleasing, so... Maybe not super useful, but it's very cool. Attack it a bit more and a bang. Yeah, I know. I've well, I've only ever done 2 types of welding, and no, was it 2? No, it's 1. It was like a point welder with like one of those big things with a, well, you had to step on a pedal and it came down and it just 2 points that would just connect things. This was in shop class in high school many years ago. Yeah, spot welder, that's that. Puntlasser in Dutch. Point welder. Less glazy texture, more painty texture for this. It's rather satisfying to do, to be honest. Yes, I found that the case as well. I did not like sanding or polishing metal. The sound of that just set my teeth on edge. But the welding itself was really, really good fun. Knitting with plasma. You've painted a weld into a model before. Yeah, I bet you have. I bet it looked amazing. I don't think I've ever really... I haven't really done very many vehicles where it would make sense to paint a weld. Be a cool way to hide mold lines. Or like seams and stuff. Mold lines on an arc is a great paint. Weld lines in an arc, that's true. I've also never painted an actual orc before, I think. Not really anyway, not since I've really started painting. I painted some, are they cruel boys or whatever are they called? Some of my very, very first paint jobs. When Nivian was painting, I was like, oh, that looks cool, can I paint something? I don't know if I'd be able to replicate that now, how I painted that. Bearing in mind, very, very first paint jobs. I look a little bit washed out. One of them has a pink wig hair on it. Of course. Actually kind of cool. I'm not upset. The skull looks really quite good. Yeah. Certainly could have done worse. Thank you for the hydrate. Nearly gave me a heart attack. And a stretch. You spoil me, sir. Thank you. Anyone working on any paint project at the moment? I know White Wolf is working on this sword. Paint it just finished. A model. Still slowly working your way through the old Eldar models. Still cool project. Provided you're enjoying it, that is. If you're doing it to torture yourself, then you're also doing a good job. You're having quite a bit of fun with it. Nice. That's the main thing. It's your first army back in 1994. You finally have everything you wanted back then and to experience. Yes. Yeah, that is... I get that. I get that completely. It is huge to be able to sort of watch your childhood dreams come to fruition. It's like everything you always wanted finally paying off. Thank you for the hydrate, Silver Moonlight. I appreciate it. You guys are very good to me today. I always forget to drink, so it's appreciated to get the little nudge. I'm sitting here doing all this really fiddly work, and I think I will be the only one to ever get this close to this model to even notice that I've done this. Cam is a better view than you'd have in real life. True. To be fair, the camera does do a good job of showing things. I often use the camera view as sort of a bit of an indicator of what things look like, because sometimes you stare yourself blind at it when when you've got it in your face. Well, I hope you guys are appreciating that I'm putting these tiny little highlights on these veins, because no one else is. Trying to do it in such a way that the light would actually catch. It's so tempting to just do all the raised areas, but that's not necessarily true. Brave Raver, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. I hope you are having a lovely Saturday. Itchy nose. Does anyone have any plans for this weekend? I I have very few plans myself, which is quite nice. Obviously today is my normal Saturday. Do my stream, play some WoW this evening. And tomorrow I think I will do some housework. Take the dog for a nice long walk because I'm going out for dinner in the evening tomorrow evening, which should be nice. Looking forward to that. Nothing too exciting, but I always like the little road trip with Nivian going somewhere. There's a Chinese restaurant sort of halfway between our house and Nivian's dad's house. So we sometimes use that to meet up and have dinner together with him and his wife. So neither of us have to travel too far. Or none of us, I should say. Not that traveling to their house would be a problem, but it's just far enough that we would only have like an hour and a half or so to spend at theirs before we'd have to go back for the dog. And we can't really take the dog with us because they have a very nice, very clean show home like house, which well, we've taken the dog to once, and we brought his crate with us, which was fine, but it's basically yeah. No one particularly enjoys that. So yeah, so it's better for everyone involved if we just meet up sort of halfway, have a bit more time, and we don't have to worry about the dog because he can just stay home, and they don't have to worry about their nice clean home because there's no dog. Yeah, it's very, very clean. Like cream colored carpets everywhere. Very expensive sofas and stuff like that, and it's like George isn't a dirty dog. But he has black hair and he does shed, so it's like, I get it. And he brings, like, I could wipe his toes off with like baby wipes and stuff coming into the house, but it's never going to completely clean his feet. And we'd have to keep him on the lead in the house the whole day because he's not allowed on the furniture, and he would get a bit excited running around and Also, my mother-in-law, or sort of my stepmother-in-law, is very, very frail or fragile. She's got a load of health issues, and I think if the dog would jump up at her in his excitement, she would really hurt herself, or he would hurt her rather. So he needs to be on the lead when she's around. Morning, how are you? Sitting here being tired and not decided to sleep or to do something, you're going to try to do something. Yes, fair enough. That's usually the best way to, if you're not going to go sleep, you should do something. Because just sitting around is just going to make you more tired, which is what I end up doing usually, so I know how it is. Hungover, Zach, what have you been up to? You just regret your loss of time. Yeah, I get that. Friend's birthday party was a good one, but you need to remember you can't drink like you used to. Yeah. You have a lot less body to absorb the alcohol with now. And, you're not as young as you were. Was it worth the hangover though? I think that's the main thing. Did you have a good enough time that you don't mind suffering a bit today? You think so? You can't remember? Plus, you don't have to people again until tomorrow. Nice. You have time to veg out for a bit then. Fried food is your friend, indeed. For me, fried eggs. If you can stomach them. Fried eggs work well. But obviously only if you're not gonna hork two out and right back up. All you have is healthy food. Eggs are healthy. Bacon is healthy in moderation. Also, fried tomatoes with like Italian herbs, a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, fry those. Some mushrooms, and then make a fried egg with that. True, but you don't have any. That is fair. It's also a lot of effort if you're hanging. That will make you hurl fried tomatoes, really? No, it's really nice. And if you're weird like me, you'll like a fried cucumber too. Fried tomatoes, probably the British thing ever. Surprisingly, this is actually my mum's influence. She's very Dutch. Whenever she used to make fried eggs, it was always with fried tomatoes and fried cucumbers. Tomato's going to be hot, it needs to be a sauce. Yeah, I get that. I don't fully agree, but I get it. Are you going again? Okay. But yeah, I'm a weirdo. I like fried tomato and I like fried cucumber. Bye, Dad. Yeah. Not really Dutch. You're Pennsylvanian Dutch. We eat potatoes and... What the hell is shoofly pie? Shoofly pie? Never heard of that. What is that? Nivian painted a really fun Mega Evolution Victory Bell for one of our friends yesterday. It looks absolutely amazing. It's really funny. Afternoon, Cat. How are you today? How you doing? Basically molasses and sugar pie. I think it's really a struggle food. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that made it to the Netherlands. Or at least not in a way that I've experienced it. You're so impressed with incredibly accurate to the reference. I know, right? It's ridiculously good. Been better, but hey ho, just the usual. Yeah, same. same. Enjoying Fulgrim, so there's that. Yeah. Doing my painting. He's very fun so far. I'm really quite happy with how he's coming along now that I've repainted the wings and I don't feel like I'm going to, or like it's been, like he's been thrown up on by a Barbie. Pennsylvania is an interesting place. There are certain things that just exist here and nowhere else. That doesn't surprise me. I think most countries have stuff like that though. And I guess in America, because your states are so big, might as well be a country. Like in the Netherlands, for example, it's perfectly normal to have pancakes for dinner. But they're like savory. They're bacon pancakes, and you can have like, you can order them in restaurant and like pancake special like pancake restaurants as well. You can order them with spinach and feta, and are really, really good. And obviously the eternal Stampot. Oh, thank you for the shout out. I appreciate it. I forgot that Cat is streaming again. If you're not following Cat yet, you really, really should. She's lovely and she does awesome work. So go drop her a follow if you can. Daydreaming. Daydreaming about something fun or just I was talking about pancakes and feeling like, oh man, I should really make spekpannenkoeken again met appelstroop. Not really. Oh god, 3 hours is not a lot. Couldn't sleep, or did you get woken up a lot? Food does change a lot across the states, but the menus are usually similar, just different taste. Yeah, that's fair. More like ham cakes. No, they are really just pancakes. Because they also come in the sweet variety. Spreading the corruption of Zinj, but happened to notice Cat. Very good. I think the youngest is making pancakes with her dad for dinner, but not 100% sure. Nice! Love pancakes. spent so much time painting yesterday and walking the dog, which is also a good time to listen to audiobooks, that I managed to finish an entire audiobook yesterday. I was quite pleased with myself. A certain someone left youngest wet towel on your bed. Oh, no. A certain someone should have given up their bed. Really? Wet towel on a bed makes me rage anyway. It's almost as bad as shoes on the bed. No, actually, it's worse than shoes on the bed. Shoes in the bed, however, is definitely worse than a wet towel on top of the bed. Even our glorious Lord Zinj wouldn't do that to a wet towel. Exactly. You've got a diner in the US, you need to try the pancakes and a French toast if they offer it a waffle. Yeah, there was an American diner, or American style diner, in London that we went to once, and I had the waffles there. They were very nice. The diner doesn't exist anymore though, I think it's gone. Which is a shame. Like, in my eyes, I would think that would be a recipe for success. Waffles and pancakes and like even waffles and fried chicken on it. Welcome up with a coffee. I wish you could have just said F you. That'd be unreasonable. I'm not used to piss off, but like consideration. Yeah, no, I get that. I would be very upset. Like, I'd sooner toss a towel on the ground than putting it on the bed. Because the idea of like a damp duvet just makes me physically uncomfortable. Give me fried carbs, yeah. Agreed. Love a fried carb. Love most carbs though, to be honest. Fried carbs, best carbs. Onto the sheet, so the mattress got damp. Well, show them the chat. Everyone here is fuming on your behalf. Like, what the actual... Nobody likes to sleep in a wet spot. Agreed. That's why you should always scoot over to your partner's half of the bed before activities start, so they get the wet patch. You get pissy, you ranted. Oh, I make a mistake one time. I put them in bath, didn't I? It's like, yes, but you did it in such a way that it then caused me more trouble than it's worth. You taking away from me doing the bathing thing. It's like, if you have the division of labor where one of you cooks and the other cleans the kitchen. It's like, oh, nice, the other person is making dinner, and then you've come to the kitchen to clean up afterwards, and it's an absolute bomb site. It's like, I'd rather have just done everything. I'm very lucky that Nivian is sensible when he cooks. It's not as tidy as I am, but I'm a bit of a spaz. I end up like doing more. Yeah, I if I have any cleaning left to do after making dinner, I feel like I failed. That's definitely what you would do. Damp bed is bad for your health in general. Yeah, exactly. Should have just made him coffee, but forget the coffee. It's just hot water. That's petty. I love it. Petty is fun. He's great and he cries to the lack space and consideration, partly because he's autistic, but come on, it's not like you can't learn. Oh yeah. No, I don't think that is something that you can. That's not just consideration. That's also common sense, right? No one would want to sleep in the wet patch. He would. It's basic cause and effect. Like put a wet towel on the bed, it's going to get the bed wet, right? So that I feel like is something that petty is fun. Maybe I need to do that. Oh yeah. I'll just leave a wet towel on his side of the bed. See how he likes it. No, that's actively malicious. I don't like that, but it's for what it's worth, it sounds like you will never do it again now. You would think. Sorry, just trying to think. No, you're fine. Absolutely fine. It's like, I love you, but sometimes you make me homicidal. Yeah, I think everyone has issues like that or similar to that sometimes. It's just very, very frustrating when they impact your sleep, because that's just fucks with your whole day. Anywho, how's your day been? Yeah, it's been fine. It's been alright. I've been painting. I had a very chill, quiet morning because Nivian feels bad that I always do all the animal stuff during the week. Like in the morning, I have to get up early to feed the pets, take the dog for a walk before work, etc. And he, last couple of weeks, he's been kind enough to let me have a lie-in on Saturday. So I've had a very, very chill, quiet morning. And he brings me breakfast in bed, and it's absolutely ridiculously nice. I'm gonna actually move and make things happen. Have a good evening. Thank you very much, Daggerman. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for letting us know how it went with your the logo. I'm very happy it was well received. If your chronic health issues aren't visible, it's like they don't exist. Yeah, oh god, yeah. It's one of those things. Not every disability is visible. You hear so many stories online of people like parking in a handicap spot or whatever, having an actual handicap placard, and then getting shouted at by people who think that they don't have a disability purely because they don't look like they're disabled. It's like, excuse me, I can barely walk 20 feet. Get lost, lady. Little one lay down until 9:15. Very nice. Today you had a lot. You had a lie-in until literally right now. Oh. I guess that's the joy of living by yourself without pets. Being able to just literally choose your day and night routine. Living by yourself without a day job to get to and stuff. I wish I knew. You're still in. Oh man. Yeah, I'd feel bad. I'd feel guilty, like, for wasting my Saturday. Like, I only have so much time, so much free time. I need to do something with it. And yeah, that would stress me out, not doing something with it. It's the upside of a responsibility-free lifestyle. I mean, there's quite a few upsides to that, really. I'm not gonna lie. Cool. Assessment coming up next week for downloads would answer a lot, but also anxious about it. Yeah, the combination of finally a reason why my body does the things my body does, and then at the same time it's like fantastic, yet another label. A lot of your jiu-jitsu girls have ED syndrome, really? You had a call? Oh, I didn't really say much, to be honest. Just like, I can understand being anxious about it because it yes, it's great to have answers about why things are the way they are, but at the same time it's yet another label. I mean, yet another thing to deal with. But it's nice to know why things are the way they are, so we get all these assessments and checks and stuff, and hope that we finally get some answers. Did gymnastics as a kid, karate about 10 years ago, many years horse riding, never broke anything until during COVID. Even then they were at Hampton. Oh, really? Damn. So many sprained ankles. Oh, yeah. Don't think I've ever broken anything. The only time that I've... Well, it wasn't confirmed, but I feel like it was a break, is when I fell off my pony during horse riding lessons 1 year. I've fallen off more times than I can count, but never broke anything. But then that time I landed with my elbow in my side, like I caught myself and just jammed my elbow in my ribs, and that caused my ribs to go a bit funky for a bit. Like it felt like it was plopping, like yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't like super painful, but I could just feel like when I did this, like yeah, wasn't great. What kind of party tricks? You have to put your feet behind your head. Oh, nice. That is a party trick. I'm only flexible in certain directions. Like, if I sit down on the ground, if I put the soles of my feet together and bring them up towards my butt, I can put my knees on the ground. That's what she said, yeah. And the only other super flexible thing is this, like being able to like, hang on. But I can only do that on the left side. Right side doesn't go that far. So, I don't know. It's, But besides that, I've always had the tendons in my ankles have always been too long, so I'm forever twisting my ankle to the point where I've learned to just fall instead of twisting my ankle. If I feel like I'm gonna go, I'd rather just drop, because otherwise I'll be walking around with a sprained ankle for a week. Well, 2 weeks. Fortunately, blessed with testosterone producing bits, so I'm only partially hypermobile. You can do that with a stretchy skin. No, not at all, to be honest. No. No, I can't. I have tendons. We were talking about this actually earlier in chat. On my right hand, I have campodactyly, which is basically a shortening in the tendons in my hand. So my right pinky finger doesn't stretch out completely. Like this tendon here is too short, and like, to be honest, all of my fingers in my hands are, or sort of all of my tendons in this hand are a bit on the short side. So, like on my left hand, I can go, like if I stretch my hand out completely, the highest like my fingers will go by themselves is that far up. On the right side, it's just horizontal, like I can't go any farther than that. And I can't do push-ups because my fingers just, probably not helped by the fact that I've got that I have an office job with where I'm always using a mouse, so my hand is always in like a sort of a claw position. Don't really have very many reasons to stretch it out. You can draw a straight line between your thumb and your pinky. What, like so? Like that? Because mine doesn't go like super straight. And on this side, also not really. I mean, I stretch that way. I just don't stretch the other way. It's like, yeah. You can lay your hand flat on the table and lift your pinky finger up 90 degrees. Jeez. Your hand span is 24 centimeters. That's pretty crazy. That's insane. I love it. "24 centimeters. That's awesome. I mean, I think it's awesome. It probably isn't very fun to have, but it's like really cool to me. Food calling, nice. Oh, it doesn't cause you any problems, thankfully, with the joints of your fingers are too bendy, so handwriting is painful. Oh. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. Is there anything they can do for you? Like, if you have a diagnosis, is there like medication to help with that? Or sounds like it might not be something that is fixable? get ring splints, but medication is most like... Ah, right, okay. Yeah, limited. Just requested all your medical records from your GP. They're going to hate me. Oh, God. Well, they should be able to send you just a big old folder, right? With PDFs. It's a lot easier now that everything is digital. Hopefully, yeah. Excuse me. How are you finding getting back into streaming again, Kat? Daunting. It's okay, you enjoy it. A couple more weeks, you'll be like, you were never... Yeah, I think so. It's, I still find it a bit scary to go live. But at the same time, I know, like, Who cares? Even if no one watches, I'm still gonna be painting and I'm still having a good time myself, so it's not the end of the world if it's a quiet day. Kaasbroodje. Een broodje kaas. Broodje is you mean kaasbroodje. And that's not really a word. Broodje is the word. How do you have your cam set up? As it works well, I could do it better. So I've got a normal webcam on top of my monitor here, and then I've got like a proper like video cam on the tripod, sort of over my shoulder. It's next to me but slightly behind me. I'd put it really behind me and over my shoulder, but then I'd have to get like I'd have to get a like a ceiling mount or something. At the moment it's just far enough out of my way that it's not a problem. Cheesy bread, yes, nice. I wonder if that's how to lots of different houses would probably work best for you, but your space is so confined. Yeah, I've been really lucky that I have been gifted, well, to borrow this this camera. I don't know the exact model. I mean, it says it's a Sony 4K Handycam, 16.6 megapixel FDR AX53, I want to say. Sourdough, red Leicester and cheddar baked. Ooh, nice. So it's and it's just got like a mains connection, so I don't have to worry about batteries or anything like that. Didn't think about ceiling mounted tripod though. Yeah, you can just get these arms, a bit like how hobby lights work, like with multiple hingey bits, so you can just position it. I think if you watch some of Tabletop Time's videos, they do theirs with a hanging camera. That would solve everything, yeah. Because I started streaming with my phone and Droid Cam. And just having my phone on like either a mount on my desk or even on a normal tripod, and it was just so awkward because one, my phone would just drain and I'd have to keep it plugged in. Two, it doesn't work as well as a good camera. It's just not designed to do that, so it worked well to start with, but it just wasn't a good long-term solution. But yeah, a decent camera hanging from the ceiling is like the dream, right? Because you don't have to worry about a tripod that gets in the way. You don't have to worry about knocking it or anything because it's hanging. It's yeah. Shall I look at it? Yeah, of course. It's a pretty awesome solution if you can make it work. I do realise that I am quite privileged with the amount of space that I have here. It's a lot more than most people in the hobby get. So, yeah. Fully appreciate that it's not the same for everyone. Of course. See you when you get back. Such a shame. Fulgrim is such a handsome boy. And he has these icky mouths on his wings. I thought you were all for perfection and being pretty and shit, and then you go do this. Silly snack. One person's idea of perfection is not another's. True. In his doing so, we see the unattainable nature of perfection. Yes. He might still think that he looks perfect. It's, I guess there's also a difference between perfection for, say, battle and perfection for being a pretty boy. Two very different things. Exactly. Like, oh, look at me! My creepy wing mouths are beautiful. Sure, mate, if you say so. Be right back in 40-ish. I don't think I will see you then, Ben, because I have to get going in like 20-ish. But thank you for hanging out. You think I'd really enjoy the Fulgrim novel? I don't know. Maybe. I'd probably like to know more about him. Now that I've painted him. In the same way that I really want to paint an armiger now that I've read Assassinorum Kingmaker, sorry. It's very good. I mean, to be fair, like, I feel like they're almost all of them are, from what I hear, good books. Problem is that I'm not necessarily a good book enjoyer, if that makes sense. I can objectively know that a book that I'm reading is very good, but I might not necessarily enjoy it much. Angel Exterminatus. Like, I've been trying to read the second book in a series for a while. But because it's... Like, I know I'm going to get my heart broken in it. Like, someone I don't want to die is probably going to die. Or shit's going to happen that's going to make me feel really sad. And I don't want to feel sad. I want to feel happy when I read a book. It's quite difficult to have those two worlds collide. Like, I can objectively tell, well, this is a good book that I'm reading. The fact that it's affecting me the way it is means that it's well written. But I don't read to be hurt. It's like, stop hurting me. And it feels really dumb because I know that there are certain things that I should, well, I could be enjoying if I made myself read it. Feel your feelings, yeah, I know. I was like, I was reading the first book in this series, and I'd taken the dog to the groomer, and I was sat at Honey and Harvey having breakfast, reading my book, and I was just sitting there bawling my eyes out in fucking Honey and Harvey. And I feel like that's not really... Like, yeah. Yeah, but then because of how I consume media, and because of how hard things hit me, it makes it more difficult for me to start reading again. Like, my favorite book series isn't necessarily a very good series, and it doesn't make me particularly happy because there's quite a lot of sad stuff in there as well. But it really makes me happy reading it, or I really enjoy reading it. And that means that in the space of like 2 weeks, I will happily sit and read the entire series, which is 11 books. I've done it multiple times now. And at the same time, books that cost more like mental energy to read, like, I can want to read them, but I still to make myself start reading it and to pick up the book rather than just mindlessly scrolling Instagram, for example. The hurdle is quite high, like it's a big obstacle. I struggle to start, and I love to read, and I actually do enjoy these books, so it's not like I'm not liking it. It just It's pain, man. I don't want pain. Still going, yeah, for another like 5 minutes, I think. I just want to finish up this this bit of shoulder here, and then I'll go raid someone. I'll go make some food. Dishes are done. Nice. Good work. Nice. Yeah, so I just need to finish. No. It's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Let me just... Okay. Cool. Next step, highlights on the wings, but that is for another day. Let's go have a look, see who is about. Now it's time to get dressed and find a fun thing. Well, yeah, I said you had a carnival that you could go to. That would be a fun thing. Close my paint. Alright, let's see who is out and about on the land of Twitch. See what they're doing. Let's see if there's anyone I haven't. It's walking distance. Yeah, that would be a crime. Absolutely. I've been following them on Instagram for a while, but I don't really want to send everyone over to. Thank you, I appreciate it. But in like for full disclosure, that's a lot of there's airbrushing involved there. I did a lot of stippling with a brush first. Sorry, with sponges, and then I blended it out with. Ooh, there we go. I found someone.
If you think you are beaten,
I found someone.
you are. If you think you dare not, you don't.
Cool. So, I have
Success
had a
begins
very well.
with a
It feels like a
person's will.
very successful.
state of
Why
mind.
is this so loud?
Hey, that's running.
Mute. I feel like I've had a very productive stream. I've got a lot done. Next will be well, more wings, I guess. I'm going to create a raid. I'm going to send us over to Baldy, the Bold GM, who is just lovely. So I will, yeah, once the raid is created, I'll send us over. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your Saturday. Have fun, do nice things, be kind, and see you all soon, I guess. Hopefully Wednesday. Bye.